Hi, everybody. This is Katrina Rasbold and Witch for Hire. What I do in my life is I work magic for other people, and I've done this since probably, let's guess, 1981. So I guess that's 38 years that I've done this. So I've got a little bit of experience. And I have a question for you. First of all, let's look up if you see a reflection in the mirror. Hi, everybody. That's me. That's me. Reflection in the window, I mean. Anyway, what I want to talk about is the doom candle and why there's so much doom lately. Doom stands for, and I want you to look around at this, death unto my enemies. And this is my own custom doom candle that I use. The candles that Eric and I, my husband, burn here at our shop, Crossroads in Shingle Springs, California, are custom made candles where we created our own images and we empower them ourselves. We send them out to people or we burn them on the behalf of others. And the candle that we are most asked to burn on behalf of others, interestingly enough, is this doom candle. And it's really a thought in my head of why are we doing this so much? And we do a consult for most people before we burn candles for them just to make sure they're burning the right candle that they need to burn and that we're addressing their needs specifically. And a lot of people are jumping to this doom candle. They really want to do the doom candle. And here's the deal. When you burn a doom candle, there is a specific energy that is activated with it and directed toward the target of your candle burning. And it literally means death unto my enemies. Now, that doesn't mean that they are going to fall down dead when we burn this one candle. Uh, it does mean that it's not ruled out that that would happen. What you are doing is you are invoking death into a circumstance or onto a person. Most commonly with the death unto my enemies candle, it's got to do with adultery or someone who's been cheated on, or it's got to do with a boss who's given them a hard time, or somebody who is really complicating the quality of life of the person who's contacting me. And man, let me tell you, I get that. There are assholes out there, and that's the reality of it. But people, before you order the doom candle or start thinking about working the doom candle, really think about if what this person is doing means that they need to die. Because that is always a possibility. Whenever you invoke death into a circumstance, you tend to have your choices taken away about how that is enacted. Now, in theory, you could say, I'm in charge of this spell. I am the one calling the shots. And so I am going to program this spell to do this, this, and this. Sure, that's how most spell work works. But what's interesting is that death is a wild card. Just like we never know when our death is coming, death plays by its own rules. So if you are bringing death to a situation or person or circumstance or to their life, it's a different standard than if it's just a regular spell. Because all of a sudden, you are invoking death as your partner in this spell work, and death is its own entity. So really think before you burn a doom candle, or ask me to burn a doom candle, whether or not death is appropriate for what's happening. Does your boss really deserve to die because they're not a good boss or because they're not making you specifically happy at work? Even if they're making the whole office unhappy at work, do they deserve to die? Does your spouse really deserve to die because they found somebody else? Now, if the answer is yes, then we can have a conversation about that, but really think about it. Now, when I'm talking about deserving to die, this what it comes brings to my mind is the words of one of my favorite writers, John Beckett. Now, you can find John on Patheos Pagan. It's an online website that is really the consummate conversation about all different religious paths, but John is specifically on Patheos Pagan. And John says, don't do anything magically unless you would do the same thing to that person mundanely. So when you are going to burn a doom candle, think about whether you would actually go in and put a gun to that person's head and kill them. Because that is a possibility, is death when you're invoking a doom candle. And there are other things you can do. Now, I'm not saying this person deserves to um, not be punished for what they're doing, or that this person doesn't deserve to be out of your realm of influence. I'm not saying that this person deserves to continue inflicting harm, but do they deserve to die? Let's look at this. There are other things you can do. You can invoke instant karma with a candle and say, you know what, you got some stuff coming to you, so we're going to call it in because you've been a really awful person, and we're going to invoke your karma so that you get the punch you need for this. The thing to remember, karma and justice are messy. They splatter. So before you invoke karma on somebody or justice on somebody, you got to make sure your side of the fence is nice and clean because it can get on you as well. But another really effective candle is this one, the Bitch Be Gone. I want to tell you, I burn and sell a lot of Bitch Be Gone candles because bitches be tripping. And what the Bitch Be Gone candle does is it gets rid of bitches. Now, this can also be your bitches. So if you wake up in a particularly awful mood that day and you know you're being overly sensitive and you know you're not being kind to the people around you and that you're taking out some things on people that don't need it taken out on, or you just feel crabby, you can burn a Bitch Be Gone on yourself. I have a Bitch Be Gone powder you can even put in your shoes to walk off your bitchiness, and it works really well. But you don't have to kill bitches, just get rid of bitches. Send bitches on to do something else that they want to do away from you. And that can be a really good way just to move aside what's bothering you rather than kill it. Another thing you can do is this. We're going to ease down here a little bit. I apologize for my wonky camera here. That stands for chill the F out. You got somebody that maybe just needs to chill, just needs to calm down a little bit and stop being so high order. That's your candle to use. Then there's always the ever-present GTFO, which is get the F out. It's time for you to leave. It's time for you to not be in my scope of influence anymore. And you can program those candles so that the Bitch Be Gone or the GTFO is removing somebody for a good reason. Hey, my boss is an awful boss, but he just got willed a house in Ohio and he needs to go there and get that house. Or he has won the lottery and so he can retire forever and leave me alone and not torture people anymore. It can give you a good reason to get people out of your life rather than just killing them. So that's what I got to say about doom candles. And I'm going to also say some people need a doom candle. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying think about it before you invoke death onto a situation. So that right there is my video for now. And I hope that it helps some people decide what candles to use. If you got any questions about candles, just go to twosistersbotanica.com and you can message me there. You can also go to crossroadsoccult.com and find me there, or you can comment, and I'm happy to answer your questions in the comments. So what has to happen now that's great is I got to be able to learn how to turn this sucker off. So y'all take care, and I'll see you later.